but it's a misconception now that everybody, somehow people think that if you're on the street and you're homeless, you somehow deserve to be there, because the cliche about who's homeless has lived on and on. There's now something called the hidden homeless. I have a son who I'm very proud of, who graduated from college in California, and the first thing he did, he was in film, of course, because can't escape that, and he made a documentary going across the United States trying to change the face of the homeless, trying to interview all kinds of people, all kinds of groups, talking about how difficult it is to be on the street, what you have to do to survive on the street, how can you get off when you can't get a job, when you don't have an address, you know, giving a face so that this film, which was viewed recently on this homeless weekend, which was right before Thanksgiving, by 30,000 people, free, because we streamed it free, and they went on Twitter, and we had a lot of conversations, and I think we're going to try to get it shown more widely so that people can educate themselves and combat something that is called compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue is when you see a problem and you care about it, and then you don't see any change in the situation, and so eventually you just don't want to see it anymore. So what you have now are a lot of hidden homeless. When my son finished his documentary, and then all the kids that were doing the documentary that had gone across the United States ended up living in my house for like 3 months, they went back to California eventually and realized that one of the girls that was in their film class at USC was homeless, and they never knew it. She was living in her car. No, they had no way of knowing it. In the documentary, they talked to another kid who lived under the bleachers of his high school because he had a single mom. She left town. He wanted to finish school. He stayed behind. Nobody knew he was homeless until finally, after more than a month of trying to survive under the bleachers, he told the teacher, and she found a youth program for him. So my point is that we've also got, besides the 20,000 kids that are in shelters that we know about, that doesn't even count people that are walking around that you see that you don't even know are homeless. It doesn't count, you know, there's 60,000 that are in city shelters. It doesn't even count the ones that are living on the subway or taking the bus all night long in order to stay warm. So I have to believe, to be hopeful, that if you educate people and you can put a face on this and you explain to people how close everybody is to being homeless, one paycheck away, one illness away, one catastrophe, one fire away from being on the street yourself. You know, people have a completely different idea, and when they see how homelessness, how easily you can become unhoused,